Welcome to the 8th installment of Disturbing Things You Shouldn't Google, the series where we take a tour of some of the most grim and unsettling topics the internet has to offer, without you worrying about having to unsee them. This first entry is a mini-documentary surrounding 24-year-old Emily who's made the choice to die through euthanasia. While being a widely uncommon practice, it is actually legal in some parts of the world, including Belgium, where Emily's from. Allowing someone to choose death is obviously quite controversial and is usually more openly offered to those suffering from terminal illness. However, many still debate whether or not the option should be made more available to those with mental illnesses. Emily suffered from depression and constant self-harm and showed little improvement despite getting help from professionals. In the film, she talks about how she's grown apathetic towards life and how she sees euthanasia as her best option. This documentary, while not being graphic in nature, does allow you to peek into the final weeks of someone who has chosen to end their own life and the events that unfold as her final day draws near. So far, everything I've told you not to Google in this series has either been a picture or video of some sort. Something visually shocking. This entry manages to achieve that same shock without any visuals. Long story short, Blowfly Girl is the screen name given to an anonymous blogger who writes about her sexual fascination with maggots, in grueling details. Of course, I'm not allowed to share any specifics here on YouTube. Many suspect the Blowfly Girl post to be fake, but that doesn't make it any less repulsive, especially considering that there are real people out there who have the same fetish. Fun for Louis is a popular channel that chronicles the life of UK-based creator Louis Cole. Most of his videos come in the form of daily vlogs, showing his travels throughout numerous parts of the globe to an audience of nearly 2 million people. Before Louis started doing travel videos, he ran a channel called Food for Louis, where he would perform outrageous eating challenges, most of which would probably make you want to vomit. These videos are no longer available, but one in particular seems to still echo its way through the internet. The video in question, titled Drinking 10 Blended Mice, shows Louis taking 10 defrosted feeder mice, blending them into a pale pink smoothie, and then drinking a whole glass full of the concoction. And yes, he does finish it. On October 4th of last year, a video depicting the execution of a 19-year-old Syrian soldier was released. The clip is just one of many ISIS propaganda films you can find on the internet these days. The victim had supposedly confessed to running over the corpses of dead jihadis with a tank, so it was decided that he would be given the exact same treatment. The video begins with shots of the tank itself, and then cuts to the victim on his knees reciting what would become his final words. The execution itself is brutal and over within a matter of seconds. The clip ends with close-ups of the man's mangled remains. Based off the title of this one, I'm sure you're either Googling it as we speak, or you're planning on staying far away from it. Either way, you're welcome. One Guy, 2 Spoons is a short clip of a man using 2 spoons in an attempt to remove his eye. The clip starts with the man inserting a metal spoon into the top of his eye socket, partially cupping his eyeball. He then inserts a second spoon, this time plastic, and begins slowly pulling away. The clip ends abruptly, so there is no way to know for sure if the man in question ended up losing his eye or not. There was a website dedicated to this video that sported an unofficial Sick as Shit Online award, so I think it's pretty safe to say that you might want to think twice before checking this one out for yourself. And with that being said, that's it for today's episode. If you liked it, then you might want to consider watching the previous installments in the series and subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.